First up is Permanent Invulnerability. If you make your hireling a Cleric 3, Abjuration Wizard 9, and cast Warding Bond on one of your party members, then dismiss them in camp, when they take damage from Warding Bond, the stacks on Arcane Ward don't reduce like they should, so they're basically invincible. And that's because Arcane Ward makes it so that it blocks damage equal to the number of its charges and then loses one charge. If it never loses a charge, then it's going to constantly block damage equal to the number of charges you have. As a level 9 Abjuration Wizard, you can get up to 18 stacks of Warding Bond, so as long as damage doesn't exceed 18, they will never take damage. Since damage is getting split between you two, the chances are really low that your hireling will ever die. This is really helpful for keeping the Warding Bond on your character in the field on at all times without ever worrying that the hireling back at camp who casted it on them is close to death. I find it incredibly ironic that we have an immortal being keeping us alive that we have locked away back at camp, exactly like Ketheric Thorm did. I mean, what a game. If you like that tip, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe for more Baldur's Gate 3 content. Next up is how to steal a merchant's stock. Larian recently patched the trick where you could put all the trader's items into a bag and then purchase that bag for 1 gold. However, there's still a way to get everything from a trader easily. To do this, sell them a pouch or bag, switch to barter mode, and put all their items into the pouch. But instead of buying the pouch, since it's now its correct value, you'll need to exit the trade and then go do your usual thieving chicanery. The pouch will be extremely easy to pickpocket compared to everything inside of it, allowing you extremely easy access to their entire inventory of items, which is amazing. Amazing, just like the sponsor of today's video.
I grew up watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, and when I learned about Star Trek Fleet Command, I was ecstatic. What I really like about the game is seeing my favorite characters. When you first start the game, you're greeted by Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge. Star Trek Fleet Command features a vast open world. You can even explore the Alpha Quadrant. Join a thriving community of millions of real players to form alliances with or fight epic battles against. The intergalactic universe is filled with territories to conquer, factions to join, and new worlds to explore with other players across the world that will put your strategic ability to the test as you vie for resources and upgrade your fleet of starships. And this December brings new next-generation officers to the game. Fleet Commander Luther Sloan, often embodying the archetype of a Machiavellian intelligence operative; Riker, a highly skilled and experienced Starfleet officer known for his strong sense of duty; and Diana, known for her empathetic nature. So download Star Trek Fleet Command now by using the link in the description. You'll get a new player pack granting 10 epic shards of Kirk. To redeem the promo code, once you're in game, click on your profile, open settings, choose general, and scroll to the bottom to sign up for your Scopely account. Then go to StarTrekFleetCommand.com and click on the store icon in the header to log in with your Scopely account and visit the web store. Then click promo codes on the left hand of the menu, open promo codes page, and enter code WARPSPEED to redeem your rewards. Once redeemed, you'll find your rewards back in game, but make sure to redeem them before reaching level 10. Star Trek Fleet Command is available on both desktop and mobile and lets you customize your fleet and crew, build powerful ships, and experience the entire Star Trek universe in this award-winning Star Trek 4X MMO. So click the link in the description to get started now and boldly go where no one has gone before. Number 3 is how to get extra Eldritch Blasts. Currently, there is an item in the game that is bugged and is currently granting Eldritch Blasts an additional blast. That bugged item is called the Crater Flesh Gloves. Crater Flesh Gloves read, whenever you score a critical hit, deal an additional 1d6 force damage. However, these gloves are not adding an additional 1d6 force damage on a critical hit when Eldritch Blast critically hits. It's actually adding 2d10 force damage. It's actually causing an extra Eldritch Blast when you crit. So this is one of the reasons why Eldritch Blast builds are extremely overpowered right now, and I'm actually about to release a highly detailed guide on how to build it coming out super soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. And number 4 is how to get advantage on almost everything in Act 1. This is accomplished through the Hunting Shortbow. This shortbow, sold by Damon in Act 1, grants Feller of Monsters, which gives advantage against monstrosity type enemies. You might think this only applies for attacks coming from the bow, but it actually applies to all of your attack rolls, even your melee attacks. And there are 23 monstrosity type monsters
monsters in Baldur's Gate 3, the vast majority actually in Act 1. This includes monsters like the Boule, Ettercaps, Gnolls, Harpies, Wargs, Minotaur, spiders and spiderlings, and even more in later acts. So make sure when you reach the Grove to purchase this stat stick bow, so to speak, from Daemon to get an easy advantage over tons of enemies you'll encounter in Act 1. And number 5 is how to open any locked chest without using thief tools at all and without even smashing it open. It's kind of like a magic trick. So to do this, you'll need to pick up the chest and bring it to any trader. Once you open the trading menu, you're actually able to just right click and open the chest, and once you do that, you can empty all the items into your inventory, and like that, the items are looted from the chest. And the best part about this is that the chest is actually still locked. If you drop it on the ground, you can't open it. So it's pretty amazing, and it's kind of interesting that 2 of the tricks on this list have to do with traders. I have a feeling they're going to be looking at traders again in the next hotfix or patch. I think this trick could also be particularly useful on the Zhentarim chest. Take the flask out and give them the unopened locked chest. Little would they know. And finally, at number 6, we have the hidden cache. In Act 3, there is a hidden cache that contains 6 Mind Flayer tadpoles. This is actually amazing because if you get the Illithid power Cull the Weak, which reduces the amount of HP you need to bring an enemy below before they are instantly slain by 6, assuming you have 6 more powers to gain, and in general, Illithid powers are crazy strong in general, so 6 more of them is a huge buff even if you don't have Cull the Weak. You can find these Mind Flayer tadpoles on the ship just next to the Grey Harbor docks inside of a box. Now what's interesting is that you actually have to pass an investigation roll for the illusion to come off that reveals that these aren't just crates and boxes, but instead there is some sort of portable brine pool containing 6 Mind Flayer tadpoles and a note from Ketheric Thorm. And at number 7 we have Artistry of War. This is a spell that is obtained by reading the book The Red Knight's Final Strategem in the Vault of Sorcerous Sundries. That's basically the basement. The book itself can be found behind a wall north of the entry portal to the vault, locked behind a hidden button. This spell summons the apparitions of 6 master strategists striking targets of your choosing. These 6 projectiles deal force damage, essentially like magic missiles. Now the tooltip says that it deals 18 to 78 force damage, but it is actually incorrect. It's actually dealing much more than that and is actually closer to 48 to 108 force damage. And since it's 6 projectiles, this can actually be extremely powerful when paired with lots of damage riders, since each is considered a different damage source, getting all those damage riders applied 6 times. So this is easily a spell that is powerful enough to one-shot many enemies you encounter in Baldur's Gate 3. And number 8, our bonus tip, is never-ending bonus fire damage. There's actually a way to get extra fire damage almost non-stop thanks to a bug with Soul Branding. Soul Branding is a bonus action only available to Minthara, which increases the target's movement speed by 1.5 meters, and its next attack deals an additional 2d4 plus 1 fire damage. This condition ends upon landing a successful attack, otherwise it lasts 3 turns. However, what makes this actually incredibly overpowered is that when used on a thrower, Soul Branding does not end after a throw, and the throw gets the bonus fire damage every single time. Since a max level Eldritch Knight thrower gets 7 attacks on turn 1, this seemingly small bonus fire damage is amplified by being present on up to 7 attacks, and each has the potential to crit. And what's amazing is that Minthara can cast Soul Branding again her next turn on another thrower, and both of them can have Soul Branding on at the same time, each throwing with bonus fire damage. And since Soul Branding lasts 3 turns, you could theoretically get 3 throwers all with Soul Branding, all dealing that bonus fire damage. Absolutely insane. Any other crazy things you found in patch 5? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.